The New York Giants will beat the Dallas Cowboys if, I'll tell you why coming up in a second, but if you want to get to 1-1, even up the record, beat the Cowboys, and be able to celebrate Victory Monday, hit that thumbs up icon for me right now. You are watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports, and I am your host, Marshall Green. We are just over 24 hours away from the New York Giants kicking off their Week 2 matchup against the Dallas Cowboys. And on today's video, I'm going to tell you what the Giants have to do if they want to win this football game, as they do enter this one as 5-point underdogs. Some lines, some books have the New York Giants as 4.5-point underdogs. This game opened up at 6.5. That tells me that money is being placed on the Giants. And with the injury to Daron Bland and maybe Andrew Thomas playing, maybe not, we don't know at the time of recording this video, the Giants might actually have a puncher's chance. I always like to look at these Sharp football analytics. Shout out to Warren Sharp. He does a great job of, I would say, finding advanced analytics and putting them in a digestible way. The Dallas Cowboys have won 13 games in a row against the New York Giants with Dak Prescott as their starting quarterback. The Cowboys converted a league-best 63.6%, 7 of 11 on third downs in Week 1. If the Giants cannot get off the field on third down, they're going to get off the field with a loss and head into Week 3 on Sunday Night Football against the Chiefs at 0-2. Dallas was one of two teams, the Indianapolis Colts being the other, that did not have a drive without a new set of downs. So they were moving the chains. The Giants, they didn't move the chains. They punted on a league high 66.7% of their possessions in Week 1 after ranking 30th in the department last year. The Giants allowed the highest pressure rate on non-blitz dropbacks in Week 1, 43.8%. If the Giants can't block when other teams are blitzing, they're not going to win football games. The Giants running backs failed to gain yardage on a league high 46.7% of their runs in Week 1. The league rate was 22.1, so more than double the league average, as I now have a migraine thinking back to Week 1 against the Commanders. We're on to Dallas, though. And if the Giants are going to beat the Dallas Cowboys, they have to find a way to manufacture, scheme up, and create explosive plays on offense. They didn't do it all that often against Washington, and that's why they did not get in the end zone. The Giants kind of catching a break, not celebrating injury, just calling it like it is. Daron Bland, their superstar corner, all-pro talent, pick six extraordinaire. He is not expected to play on Sunday. He has a foot injury that he is dealing with, and that is a major blow to an inexperienced, talent-lacking Dallas Cowboys cornerback group. The Dallas Cowboys did not run man coverage one time against the Philadelphia Eagles last week. They were predominantly in cover 3. More than 40% of their snaps, they were in that coverage. It's a zone defense in Dallas, at least it was against Philly. And if it is zone, the Giants wide receivers, they got to find the soft spots, and you need Mike Kafka and Brian Dable to scheme it up. I'm looking for a big game for Malik Neighbors. That's how the Giants are going to have to win. Big play Neighbors. That's what they need. You need Wan'Dale Robinson in the slot, winning his matchup. I want to see Robinson and Neighbors in the slot a little bit more. And dare I say, I want to see the Giants go 4 wide with Neighbors in one slot, Robinson in the other slot, Slayton and Hyatt on the outside. Let's make those young, inexperienced corners in Dallas guard somebody. Look, if you can't score versus this Dallas defense, no Daron Bland, and of course no Micah Parsons. They haven't been able to fill the need of Micah Parsons. I know you added Kenny Clark. Maybe he proves me wrong and he shows he's going to be a game record out there. But this time, last month, compared to now, they are down their best 2 individual defenders. You're catching them in a spot of vulnerability. If you can't score versus this team, you have to make a change at the quarterback position and maybe even the head coach and play calling position. On defense, the key is simple. You have to get home with 4. If you cannot create pressure with just sending 4 players, you are going to be in trouble. Dak Prescott is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL against the blitz. He's torn up the Giants' blitz more times than I can remember. I'm still getting flashbacks to that 500-plus yard performance that he put together against Wink Martindale where they blitzed like 85% of the time. You need your studs on the field together for more than 8 plays. They were only on the field together for 12% of the time. Shane Bowen, this game's on you. If you can't get 5, 51, 97, and 0 on the field at the same time, you're not the man for the job. This isn't the Dallas Cowboys offensive line from 2016, from 2018, from 2020. This is the worst version of the Dallas Cowboys offensive line that we have seen in a long time. They were not good against the Philadelphia Eagles. They received a 40.8 Pro Football Focus grade. That was 30th in the National Football League. That's the third worst. Your strength of your football team, Brian Dable, is creating pressure. All your resources, all your money is spent on the defensive line. If you can't beat Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, Tyler Booker, and Terrence Steele, who all allowed multiple pressures in week 1, we're going to start to have a different conversation. My biggest takeaway from week 1 is I did not feel as if the Giants coaching staff put their players in positions to be successful. They have to against Dallas. Because the formula to win is simple. Malik Neighbors creates explosive plays, and you cause havoc in Dallas's backfield. You create pressure. If you don't do those 2 things, you got no shot. I got a couple more ways the Giants can win this football game. But a way for you to win is by getting hooked up with our proud sponsor, Chubbies. Go to chatsports.com or chubbyshorts.com/chatsports, excuse me. That's chubbyshorts.com/chatsports. Use that promo code chatsports, and you can get $10 off your purchase today. Shout out to Chubbies. All that information is clickable down in the comments and description. The leaves are turning, the temps are dropping, and the weekend air is getting that nice autumn crisp. Just because the weather is changing over doesn't mean you have to pack away the fun. Chubbies is here to make sure your fall wardrobe is ready to rock and roll with soft, stretchy, fall-ready staples built for maximum comfort and minimal effort. The Chubbies Fall Collection. It drops this week, and it's packed with cozy gear that brings the metaphorical and real heat. And later this month, they're launching their new Comfort Collection featuring the Everywhere Jogger. It's the perfect pant for impromptu naps, weekend errands, and everything in between. We all agree fall should be cozy, not constricting. Whether you're layering up for tailgates, lounging through lazy Sundays, or just leaning fully into fall comfort, Chubbies has you covered. For a limited time, Chubbies is giving the real ones here at Giants Now $10 off your order with the code CHATSPORTS. Go to chubbyshorts.com and use code CHATSPORTS. That's code CHATSPORTS at chubbyshorts.com. Support the show. Show your thighs some respect with Chubbies. Once again, promo code CHATSPORTS at chubbyshorts.com. All righty. This may sound like, you know what, Marshall? No shit. Yards on first down. The Giants have to find a way to move the ball on first down. They were one of the worst teams in week 1 at doing so. And if the Giants don't move the ball on first down, and they are consistently living in 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9, 2nd and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, if they are consistently living in 2nd and long, they are going to be in for another long football game of no touchdowns. This Giants offense is not good enough to play behind the sticks. We saw an offense in week 1 in Washington. 2nd and 19, 2nd and 18, 2nd and 21, 2nd and 14. They had a quarterback that could pull them out of bad situations, that could play from behind the sticks. That's not Russell Wilson. The Giants have to find a way to run the football effectively on first down. They just simply did not run the ball well enough at all in week 1. And it is even worse when it came to first downs. What was the stat that we read at the top of the show about the New York Giants offense? Not good. Giants running backs failed to gain yardage on a league high 46.7% of their runs. If they don't run the ball, they're going to get run out of that stadium with another L. The offensive line has to be better. At the time of recording this video, we do not know if Andrew Thomas is going to play. I'm kind of assuming it's going to be James Hudson just for my mental health. John Runyon has to be better. John Michael Schmitz. Come on, man. We need you. We need you. Greg Van wrote, and I'm hoping that was just a bad game and not that the football game has passed you by. And Jermaine Illuminor, I applaud your effort, but I need you to be a little bit better. You were good. I need you to be great. We need you to pick up the slack. Key number 4, if the Giants want to beat Dallas, contain CeeDee Lamb. There's something to be said about great athletes. Doesn't matter if it's football, doesn't matter if it's baseball or basketball. When a great athlete has a bad game, they usually bounce back in a major way. And we have heard reports coming out of Dallas that CeeDee Lamb is locked in, that CeeDee Lamb is licking his chops looking at this Giants defense, and he is trying to bounce back from the worst game of his NFL career that he had in the season opener where he had 4 drops, multiple coming on the final drive with a chance to win the football game. And CeeDee, he owns the Giants. He's killed them every single time they play. He's played in 10 career games versus Big Blue. 61 grabs, 859 yards, averaging 85.9 yards per game, 14.1 yards per catch, 4 receiving touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. He dominates the Giants. And the Giants need to stop that. If they're going to allow CeeDee Lamb to bounce back, have an all-time game, there's no shot they win this one. Drew Phillips, all eyes are on you. It's year 2. You're the slot corner. You're going to be guarding CeeDee Lamb. He works out of the slot. It's where he lines up. In week 1, he was in the slot only 27% of the time. Maybe that changes. In 2024, he was in the slot 50% of the time. Year before that, 57%. Year before that, 62.5%. Year before that, 42.4%. Year before that, 93%. I expect CeeDee to get back in the slot, and I'm hoping Andrew Phillips will have some help over the top from Javon Holland and Tyler Nubin, and the Giants don't let 88 beat them. And most importantly, if the Giants find themselves in the red zone, you have to score touchdowns. If you find yourself at the 2-yard line, if you find yourself at the 1-yard line, just QB sneak it. Just QB sneak it. The defensive line for the Dallas Cowboys can be taken advantage of. You need to be able to impose your will against teams to win football games. The way you do that, big on big, inside the 5. Let them know that we are not to be played with. And please, Brian Dable, scheme something up, because this makes me want to vomit looking at it. Your red zone offense makes me want to vomit. Brian Dable, Mike Kafka, can you scheme open somebody in the red zone? Can you outsmart somebody? Not in the sense of throwing a touchdown pass to Marcus Bowe. Can you get somebody open? Can you create a running lane? Can you create an advantageous situation for your football team? If you can't do that in the red zone, when you were supposed to be an offensive genius coming out of Kansas City, you were supposed to be a guru coming out of Buffalo, if you can't do it in the red zone, you're never going to do it. That's how you beat Dallas. Those 5 things that we talked about. Do they do it? I don't know. I'll ask you. Predict the score for me down in the comments section. What's the score? Who do you got winning? Comment that down below. My final score prediction and my preview video that went out on the channel on Tuesday. I think it went out on Tuesday. Wednesday? Was it Tuesday or Wednesday? I don't know. I had the Giants losing. And you know what? With Daron Bland out and everybody out on the New York Giants, including myself, this feels like a we're not dead yet type of game. Is this a career-defining game for Brian Dable? I think it could be. I have the Giants winning this football game. I'm ready to be hurt again. I'm ready to be wrong again. I'm back in on this football team. 17-13. You win because of the defense, and you find a way to score touchdowns in the red zone. Give me the Giants, 1-1 to beat Dallas. Make sure you are following me on social media, so if and when I am wrong, you can call me an idiot, because I'm going to feel like one if the Giants don't win. Hit me up, and let's go Big Blue.